Hi, Lauren. All right. So, first things first, it looks like you don't have your domain. Um, so like honestly, the first thing you need to do is own your space. Okay? You need laurenashleyImagery.com. Like that is 100%, and you do own it. Okay, you do own it, and it's linking over to your Pixie set. That's what's happening. Okay, so it's just a redirect. All right, so you need to make sure that it's not just redirecting, that it's actually showing laurenashleyImagery.com up here. Okay, and there are, I'm positive Pixie set lets you do that. So you really need to fully link your domain. All right, that is 100% needed for a professional, especially because you already own the domain. Like, there's no reason for you to not have it fully connect. All right, so we have a beautiful slider here. It looks like you mostly do weddings. Weddings and couple. Oh, a little bit of newborn there. Okay. I'd drop the flowers. They're pretty, but it's more about the people. I would actually put this one of the groom and the groomsmen right here. Or right here, rather. Sorry. I would move it. I would get rid of the flower and put the groomsmen here. That way when you open up, you see a bride and her bridesmaids. You see a bride, and then you see the groomsmen. I think that would be much nicer. And the blue grays of their suits, I feel totally go with the whole like vibe you're going right here. Okay, because you have the black and white, and then we have a little bit of pink with the white, and then the blue grays I think would complement that black and white a lot as far as your opening images go. And I would much rather see a groom than some random flowers on. It's not even a bouquet. It's just a decoration on a staircase, and it's not even a very pretty staircase. So I don't think this is doing anything for your opening images, but I do like how simple your name is here. I don't like that your menu is off to the right. That is very odd and awkward. Most websites, they are directly underneath or sometimes off to the left, but I don't like hidden menus, especially on desktop. On mobile, we sort of expect to see these little hamburger menus, right? We always expect that on mobile because mobile hides everything. So we look for this menu when we're on our phone. But on a computer, we kind of expect to see it within the website. We expect it. That is like how websites have been since websites really were created, is we have a sort of a menu, a path, a guide showing us what exists on the website. And to have it hidden over here is like one extra click for people to have to deal with. Okay, so I would not necessarily have my menu hidden on desktop, and I certainly wouldn't have it off to the right because that is just a very strange place for it to be in general. Now, all of that aside, I am going to keep scrolling here. Honest, authentic, and intimate love stories. I want to show you a reflection of your love, what your family and significant other sees in you every day, frozen in a tangible moment. We'll work together, creating images that show your genuine, sincere, and romantic love story. From bare feet in the sand, a sweet and cozy in-home session, or your big day, I've got you covered. You need one more period here. You've got two. You need three, or you need a dash. Couples, engagements, weddings, families, portraits, serving all of Hampton Roads, Virginia. Check out my portfolio, which is not clickable. Okay. All right. Okay. So first thing here, this is beautiful. I love this. This is fantastic. You're telling me what you do, what you do for your clients, how you do it. This is our good emotional connection. I would shift this bit maybe up into here. Or I would just maybe this right here. Serving all of Hampton Roads, Virginia. I would just shift that, shift that right here into the middle. So honest, authentic, and intimate love stories. Serving all of Hampton Roads, Virginia. Then your emotional connection. And then this little blip can absolutely sit under here, willing to travel. Or you could use this bit right here. It's up to you. But you don't need this like 3 times. Okay? This is like, it's what you do, okay? Where you serve, you're willing to travel, and then again, where you serve. So this is sort of repetitive, and it takes up a ton of space. Like, there's no reason for there to be this much space, and none of these things are a link. They're like, this is just a lot. So honestly, what I would do is I would take serving all of Hampton Roads, Virginia, and put it right here. Or say photographer serving Hampton Roads, Virginia, and put it right here. And then I would get rid of this right here. I know these are your Google words, but they're going to see it if you put it here. If you say photographer serving Hampton Roads, Virginia, or you can say Hampton Roads, Virginia photographer, and then Virginia photographer is right there. So you can say Hampton Roads, Virginia photographer. And then there's your keyword. It's in there. You don't need this at all. And these are 3 competing keywords, so you really don't want them all on the same page like that anyway. Okay, and then check out my portfolio. There's like no link or anything. I would just get rid of that. You don't need that. So honest, authentic, intimate, Hampton Roads, Virginia photographer, or Hampton Roads, Virginia wedding and engagement photographer. Hampton Roads, Virginia, wedding and engagement photographer. And I would keep it in this font. I like this font. And then get rid of everything else. Get rid of everything else. And you're going to have something that says learn more. They do not compete with keywords like this. You don't need this on every page. Google will consider that sort of like keyword stuffing, and your pages are going to compete with each other. So you really don't want that. I do think it's good you have a learn more. But I don't think this is how you want to word it. A lot of people, when they reach out to you, aren't going to have specifics, especially if they just like your work and they like what you're saying. So like this would be a total turnoff to me. When you reach out, please be as specific as you can. Let me know what type of session you're looking for, when and where you want your photo shoot done, who will be included. Like, that's all stuff that you can ask them about as a conversation within your initial emails. Like, I understand wanting that information up front, but when the client provides it all right up front, or when you ask them to, this is like asking them to do homework. This is so much. Like, I just want to reach out and then you can ask me the questions later. I don't want to provide all of this right up front when I'm just trying to get quotes. You know what I mean? So this is a lot. This is asking a lot of people right here. And the next step is getting to know you and what you're looking for. Well, didn't they already tell you that? So this is not so much, okay. All right, we might need to come back to this page in a minute. I need to pause my brain on this page. So this is like the technical walkthrough of what it is to work with you. I'll be in touch with the entire process, styling, photo shoot, working together, posing, expect sneak peeks, completed your gallery. I'll send them to you. Okay. So first, you need a photo up here. Like, look at this page right now. Is it interesting to you to look at this page at all? Because it is not interesting to me. It's just a bunch of words. I might as well have opened up my most recent fiction novel sitting on my nightstand, and I'm about to dive into a new chapter. Like, that's what this looks like. This does not look like a photographer's website. I want photos, girl. Where are the photos? You're a photographer. There should never be a moment when a client is on one of your pages and they can't see your work. It's like a total missed opportunity. Photos connect them to you. You need photos on every single point of scroll on your website. So the fact that I can scroll quite a bit here before I even hit an image is not good. You need an image up at the top. Let's do this thing. Click book now below and let's start playing. So they have to scroll again. Oh, okay, to a giant book now button. And then here you have these keywords again. And then your keyword stuffing. This is not, Google hates this. Google super duper duper hates this. So word of advice, Google does not want 10 different keywords or search terms on one page. It's called keyword stuffing, and Google super hates it, and they will blacklist you for doing it. They will make sure that your page doesn't pop up at all if you have like 20 different competing keywords just stuffed into one page like this. They don't like it. So what you need to do is focus on a specific keyword. So if this is your informational page, this can be photography information for Hampton Roads, Virginia. Like you don't have to stuff this in. If you have words on your website, the Google AI bots, man, they are smart. They can figure out what you're talking about. They look at your sitemaps. They look at other pages and other keywords, and it's all connected. And they know they can figure out what your website's about just based on you talking. You don't have to stuff in 20 keywords at the bottom of your website. You don't have to do that because it's really not going to do you any favors at all. And if anything, what you can do is put this, have it, and literally you don't have to say Virginia photographer, Virginia engagement photographer, Virginia wedding photographer. That is like so repetitive. Just in your footer, all the way down at the bottom right here where the copyright is, literally, or where this like extra menu is, whatever, wherever you can put it in here, but it's probably in your footer because you have your links, your socials in here too. Just have Virginia wedding and engagement photographer. That's it. That is the only keyword you need in your footer. And like, you don't need this. This is bad. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not even going to be nice about this one. This right here is bad. Google will hate you for this. Don't do this, okay? And I know I've been on this for like a whole minute here, but seriously, this is concerning. We used to do this before Google got really smart, but Google's really smart now. So we don't have to do things like this, and it's just distracting from your brand and your photos and everything you do. So you really don't need that. Okay, so let's get back to the real nitty gritty here. So this is your Learn More page, and it's more like a what to expect page, which you do say what to expect. It's not, or like a how it works. I don't really feel like it's a Learn More because this is the technical of working with you. So this is sort of the same for just about every photographer. We all do these exact same things with very little deviation. I mean, some of us might do in-person previews, some might do online galleries, some might be inclusive, some might separate out the session fee, but we all do this same thing, right? We all reach out within 48 hours. We all get to know you. We all set a date, and anyone who's professional takes a retainer. Weddings, I think everyone who does weddings does in-person or at least Zoom consults. Um, and then you talk about styling and locations and other things. You reach out with a confirmation. Like, we all do this. We all do this. So I feel like a learn more really needs to be more about what makes working with you unique. Like, what do you do for clients? What are their pain points? What are the things that they come to you specifically for? That's what your learn more needs to be about. Okay? You can still keep this page. This is a very good page. But I do feel like you need more emotional and less technical. All right, so I'm going to come back to this page in a minute. But I want to go back to your home page real quick here. So we're going to fix this. We're going to ask them to learn more. We do need to ask them to learn more. And then your learn more page needs to have an emotional connection. It does. Completely has to have an emotional connection. Okay, I'm going to look at something right here real quick. You have is it just one portfolio? Okay, you have one singular portfolio, which is all of your galleries, or is it a blog? Okay, please get rid of this on all of your pages. It's totally unnecessary. Okay, so, I don't necessarily mind that it's linking out, but your portfolio is a portfolio. So it is your top photos, like 30 to 50 of your very best images that you have ever taken. That's what needs to be in your portfolio. You can link out to these later, or this is totally like your blog, right? Do you have a blog? You have a blog. And it literally has one blog post. So I really feel like, okay, we got to talk about something else too. Hold on. Portfolio is totally broken down like this. Okay, this is a blog, girl. This is not a portfolio. All right. And it's really confusing. So you need to fix this. This portfolio page needs to be one single gallery of your absolute best work. Okay. And you can have two portfolios. You can have a wedding portfolio and you can have an engagement portfolio. That's totally fine to have two separate ones. Not a problem. But you need to have a link to learn more here, not where you're located again, but learn more. And it needs to link over to your learn more page. Okay? Because you don't have a solid path through your website right now. It's all the information is here, but there's like no good way through it. And all of the keyword stuffing is just taking up space and causing confusion. So what's happening here? What to expect? Book now. True to life. And then a random newborn? And a random senior? You don't even advertise newborns on your website, so I would just get rid of it. Like, that's the only newborn I've seen, and I mean, why? And then a senior, which again, you don't advertise that on your site at all. So I would get rid of both of those. And again, this is unnecessary. And this is unnecessary. So you've got some cleanup. Have cleanup be your very first thing you do, okay? Number one on your to-do list, clean up all the keyword stuffing. Just delete it. Just get rid of all of it, okay? Promise me, please. Please promise me right now. You're going to go through and you're going to delete all of this stuff. everywhere that you've repeated this kind of thing, get rid of it. It is totally unnecessary. You just need to clean house. It's just taking up space. It's wasted information and it's repetitive and Google doesn't like it. So you have 3 reasons not to do that and you need to go clean it up. So I'm not going to say it anymore. This is the end of me saying it, but number 1 thing you need to do is clean up. All right? Clean it up. So number 2 thing you need to do is your Learn More page. This is number 2. We need to make this page much more welcoming. Okay? Let me pop you over to mine real quick. So I do newborns, but you're still going to see a little bit more of what I'm talking about. So my session info. So I actually have this banner on the top of every single one of my pages. Nature-based, on location, newborn photographer in Southwest Florida, right? Every page. What I do, where I do it, that's it. It's on every page. And it's locked into my, like my whole template. So I don't even have to put it there. It just shows up on every page because that's where it is on my template. Okay, so I do outdoor newborns. So this is talking about what I do and why it's beneficial and why it's wonderful. I break down what they get, their session, their baskets, the time frame, and what they get afterwards. Really super simple. I don't overdo it with the words here. And there's photos. There's photos. Every point you scroll, there's a photo. And then I have a little blip about how it works. Once you make the decision to work with me, we'll discuss locations and colors. We'll set the date, how long sessions take. And then if you still have questions, you can hit my FAQ, or if you want to see more work, you can check the portfolio, or you can contact me, right? Or if we still want more, I talk about my products, and then this is another contact button. So one, I already said you have no photos here, and you don't make an emotional connection here. You need to talk about why they want to hire you specifically. And don't say, I do this and I do that. You need to talk about it from their perspective. Like, what are they struggling with in finding a photographer, and how do you solve that problem? That's what you need to talk about here. And you need to do it with showing photos. Then I really think you could pare this down into like a step 1, step 2, step 3. Step 1, let's talk about your date and get you on my calendar, right? 2, let's discuss your style and talk about it before we do your photos, whatever, however you want to word it. 3, after your photo shoot, you can expect sneak peeks and a gallery for you to view your photos. Easy, like 3 steps, like 2 sentences for each one. This is so much information. I can promise you nobody is reading this entire thing. I'm critiquing your website and I don't even want to read this entire thing. It is so heavy and dense. Nobody's reading the whole thing. I really feel like if you were to separate it out with some like, I don't know, like some cool graphics or even just some more photos in here, like step 1, step 2, step 3, just put it out there. This is how it works. Really simple. Contact me. Like emotional connection, contact me. Like you don't need this at all. It can say learn more or more about the experience, more about weddings, info about weddings, all about your big day, right? Make the emotional connection, have some photos, contact me. Then dive into a 1, 2, 3 step process. Have maybe like a slider or a little gallery of some sort, you know, like what's on your homepage. And then get rid of whatever's going on here. And you can totally leave this down at the bottom. This is totally fine. Testimonials, I wouldn't call it book now. I would say contact me or reach out, or I like let's start planning. I like that. That's very casual and fun and I like it. Although you have another newborn and another senior here. But again, you don't advertise those things. So I'm a little confused as to why we're talking about your wedding day and your engagements and all of that. And then when I get down here to the bottom, it's like newborns and seniors. I'm really thrown off. So if you want to advertise sessions like this, then your whole website needs a change, because your website right now is really pushed towards weddings. So that's sort of what I'm going off of here. So this is fine down here at the bottom though. I like testimonials, I like book now, and I like about me. I don't mind this, but and I like the photo, but this, you need more. You need an emotional connection, you need photos up here, and you need to make this process simpler. Okay? This is your learn more page though. This is your bread and butter. This is what's going to convince people to book you. So you need to figure out why people book you. Best thing to do, reach out to past clients and say, hey, why did you decide to book me? Like, what are the things that made them book you? And then use those things, use what they say to create the experience for your future clients. Okay? So then your goal needs to be getting people from your home page, and you start so strong here. You start so strong with honest, authentic, and intimate. Then you need to get them over to learn more about the experience. And you need to get them over to your learn more page, okay? So connection, clean this up, connection, learn more about the experience, and then link directly to your info page. I would get rid of these buttons on your home page, because this is sort of like a choose your own adventure. You're not really like telling them where to go. You're giving them all of these options of like what path they can choose, and that's all good and well, but you need to straight up tell them what you want them to do. And every single detour off of the path that you want them on needs to lead back to the path. Every single detour, okay? There should be no dead ends on this website. Every page should go back to either your learn more or to your contact page. So starting with the home page, you're going to start here. You're going to get them over to learn more, which we just talked about. This page, you're going to redo it. You're going to add photos. You're going to simplify the process, and you're going to have them contact you, which is then going to take them over to your contact page, which should not be off your website. Honeybook is wonderful, but this needs to be embedded in your website. I don't know if Pixie Set allows that. I have no idea how Pixie Set websites work. But your contact page should not take them away from your website at all. Especially because, okay, well, that very pale pink link does take them back to your website, but it's not totally obvious that it does. So this needs to be embedded. If I hit the contact button on your webpage, it should take me to laurenashleyImagery.com/contact. And that form, this form is fine, but it needs to be embedded on that contact page. They should not be allowed to leave your website at all. So that is a problem. We talked about your portfolio. I love that you have the description here, but you do need a contact me button or push them over to learn more. Either way, contact or learn more. Learn more about weddings. Cool. Push them over to the learn more page, and then the learn more page will push them over to your contact, right? And we talked about this. You need a real portfolio. on this page. Don't just link out to full galleries. You need to show a portfolio of your very top best work. And then this is very much what should be on your blog. Like, this is blog work. So like if I go tap your blog, only you show up, which is super silly. Honestly, all of these should be on the blog. Oh, okay, there's a newborn and a senior. And a family. And a newborn. So I mean, that's cool that they're in your blog, I guess. And you can always add words to these pages. And you can add more words to these pages that talk about newborn sessions, and then Google will pick up on it. Google will pick up on where you're located and that you also do newborns, and it will index this page and it will put it up there. People will find you via your blog. I have people come into my website through my blog constantly. It is both annoying and good because that means I constantly have to be deleting old things off of my blog or making sure that they're up to date. So, but these things, these portfolio things you have in here, this is a blog. This is not a portfolio. You need a selection of photos here that are your very tip-top photos and a link out up here right under your words. Instead of this, you need a link, and it needs to go over to learn more about sessions. Every single page leads back to that path. Home, info, learn more, contact. Home, learn more, contact. Every single other page, your testimonials, your investments, we're going to get to these in a minute, your about me, all of your blogs, every single one of those pages needs to link back to learn more or your contact. Every single one of them. Okay? All right, so I am going to open up some other links here and see what's going on. So I think this is all we have left here. Okay, testimonials, what clients have to say. Does repetitive? You do not need both of those. Testimonials are obviously what clients say. So again, we're sort of repetitive. And I don't know, is that a Pixie Set thing? Like, do they require you to have a page title and a headline? I don't know if that might be why that's happening. But then you say, see what my clients have to say. That's like, you've said it 3 times. Testimonials, what clients have to say, what clients have to say. So you don't need it on there multiple times. Cute. You're missing a line break. Okay, I like it. This is fine. This is totally fine. Though, what you might want to do is see about throwing in some smaller photos, because I kind of assumed that was the McSherrys, and then I kind of wanted to see Caitlin and Louie, and then I wanted to see the Sanfords, and I wanted to see the Greers, and I wanted to see the Williams. So like, I need more photos, but because look how much I scroll with no photo. And not a lot of people are going to scroll all the way through your review pages, but you still need photos in here. Because even if they're only half reading, they're still looking at your photos. So whether they match up with the review or not doesn't really matter, but you do need some more photos on this page. Otherwise, I mean, just clean it up, get rid of the repetition, and you're good. I might just move this photo, though, up above the words. And I would do that for all of the pages. I would have a photo first, then words. That just sort of makes more sense for a photography website, right? The first thing they see is the photo, and then they read the words. That should be true on every page. Pop over here to your investment, pricing and packages. Nice. Couple sessions. All right. Well, I mean, so it's just pricing starts at, and you like do everything. Okay. Why are portrait sessions and maternity and couples all different prices? Okay, you should probably reassess your pricing. Um, and I really hope that 400 isn't all inclusive because that would be bananas. That's so cheap. Um, FAQ, why do we need to book a session? Can we set up a payment plan? Okay, so here's the thing. Rather than having an investment page, have an FAQ page. Like, because you don't already have one, right? No. Okay. Have an FAQ page. So you can totally have this right here. Okay. You can turn this and your starting prices into an FAQ question. How much do sessions cost? Portrait sessions start at XYZ. Elopements start at XYZ. Full day weddings start at XYZ, or weddings start at XYZ. Like, totally can just be a question. You don't have to break it down like this, especially because you just have pricing starts at. Like, you're already doing that anyway. There's an ask for a pricing guide to see the full breakdown. So, like, if your investment page isn't a full breakdown already, then I would just get rid of it. I would just make this an FAQ page. Put a nice, big, beautiful photo up here on the top and have it be frequently asked questions. You can leave this little blip up here and then have all of the FAQ right down below. But don't forget to put a little contact me button right here. Okay, so instead of this, have contact me and then have all of your FAQ. I would just get rid of this. I would just put your starting points as one of these questions. That's probably your best bet. Because I don't think an investment page with like half pricing or like this and up is even worth it because it's not a full investment guide. It's just like a taste of what you charge. And that's really more for like an FAQ type of thing. So I think an FAQ page would be much smarter than an investment page. But you can still put your base investments within your FAQ. So you still have the information there, but not like a full-on price guide. And then your about page, beautiful. Aww. You guys are cute. Again, get rid of this and put a button here that says learn more about working with me and link it over to your learn more page. See how this works? Because then learn more is going to link over to your contact page. You definitely have some work to do here. Like I said, first step is cleanup. Second step is going to be fleshing out your learn more page to be better. Third step is going to be redoing your portfolio page and your blog. You need to kind of shift that around a little bit. And then finally, you need to make sure that you have that path going through your website. Home, learn more, contact. Home, learn more, contact. And every page that's not one of those three, home, learn more, contact, needs to link back to that path. Every single page on your website either needs to go to learn more or to contact. All of them. So you have some work to do. I think you can do it, but your work is beautiful. Again, I would see about getting this menu up here and not hiding off to the side. And then this menu needs to be in a similar order to how you want people to go through your website. So it needs to be home, learn more, portfolio, testimonials, and then you could have FAQ, about me, contact, and blog. right? I really feel like you should switch the investment page to an FAQ page because it's already halfway there, and you can just switch your prices to one of those little FAQ blurbs, and then anyone who wants to reach out for full pricing still can, because you're still asking them to do that anyway. Okay, so you do have some homework, you have some things to do. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions for me, and good luck. Again, your work is beautiful, and I really feel like when you go to talk about, one last note here, when you go to your Learn More page and you're wanting to make an emotional connection, I want you to expand on this. That's your homework. Honest, authentic, and intimate love stories. Expand on that. That's your emotional connection. That's what you need to be talking about. That's the problem you're solving, is people don't want the stiff posed stuff. They want authentic and intimate and honest and all of those things. So you need to expand on this. When I said you need to make a paragraph on that Learn More page, like make an emotional connection, you need to expand on this right here. This is what you need to talk about. This is the emotion that you need to put through on that page. Okay, so again, reach out if you have any questions, and good luck.